I'm giving you permission to not feel motivated to work out every day, but I'm not giving you permission to not develop your routine, power routine, where you don't even feel like working out, but you get down on the floor and you give me 5 push-ups anyway. It's motion that starts and stimulates emotion.
I was wondering if we could do the bicycle one.
The first thing that needs to be done is you need to have your legs, if they're too far bent, it's going to be a problem, right? If it's too far long, you don't have the hamstring flexibility. It's going to feel awkward and it's bad for your back. So let's make sure that you bend your knees where right about here, okay?
Okay, it feels okay.
You want to hold the band just far out enough where when you pull with your palms facing the ceiling, you engage the upper back muscle. I can tell you're engaging those muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is it's hard to teach someone to put their mind into the muscle. You are feeling it, you're just not connecting the mind. Now tell me where you feel it.
I'm feeling it in my upper arms for sure, on this side specifically. You definitely feel it here.
Yeah, and what you mean by arms, which normal people don't understand, they're feeling it in the upper body region also. So arms and upper body included. Obviously, I'm not going to expect perfection out of you, and nor should you. This is extremely important. Anyone that tells you that your moods are supposed to be constantly motivated, constantly energized, constantly inspired is a liar. We as human beings will go through unmotivated phases, uninspired phases. We don't want to work out all the time. We want to have that tub of ice cream at times. We will have bad days and good days. The real truth, the real winner is someone that has rituals and routines that save their ass when they don't feel like working out. So weight is just a tool for a coach to use. It depends on who's ready for it, who needs that extra additional resistance for it, and who doesn't have it. They can still increase the reps. Hey, Coach Adam here. Now, if you're female, late 20s, 30s, or 40s, and if you're interested in losing weight, but in addition, tightening up your flabby areas, but you don't know where to begin, and you're a beginner to resistance training and more to strength training, watch this video how I coach a live client who's a female, sits behind a desk on how to tone up the flabby areas, which exercises to do at a beginner level, how to do them, and how I also unfold a lot of myths about motivation and consistency and accountability. Coach Adam. Now let's progress you on the bridges. Point your toes towards the ceiling. The difference should be felt in the back of the thighs, the hamstring muscle. You're going to feel it engage more when you keep your toes up. When you get to 25 reps, guaranteed you're going to feel a little bit of a different feel.
You're starting to feel it?
Excellent.
I'll tell you what though, I'm still feeling the pull a lot over here for some reason.
Yeah, what you're telling me is you're not feeling a pull, you're feeling a stretch, some sort of tightness, some sort of stiffness, which is extremely normal when most women that do lunges on one leg, the other side thigh muscle, the quadricep muscle is so tight because they sit behind a desk to make a living that muscle feels like it's being stretched. It's a completely normal feeling.
Okay.
Yeah,
because initially, I think with the exercises you mentioned, I'd be feeling it over here and then in my glutes, because I think that's what it says, right? In the, we did in the glutes. And so,
yeah, what I say is you should connect your mind to the glute muscle, focus on it. So the brain sends the attention there. And I can walk you and talk you through it when you do the other leg.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
So now I want you to bend over the torso by 3 inches. Tighten your core. When you go down, I want you to put your mind into connecting the glute muscle. Basically, it just means in normal language for normal people that you want to feel it as much as you can. Focus on it. Where did you feel it?
A little bit on my glutes, but mostly still here. Like
Understood. Let's focus on the solution though, okay? What percentage did you feel it in the glute? 10%, 5%, 20%?
I would say about 20%. 80% of my mind was still focused in the front here.
Okay, so now whenever you do your routine, I want you to focus 20% on your glute and get that 20% to be completely consistent. What you're going to do is build a habit of understanding what mind-muscle connection means, which is extremely hard for people to learn and understand when they're just following a random program. But when someone's sitting with you and explaining it to you like the way I'm explaining it to you, and you practice it on your own the other 3-4 times a week, one day you're going to be able to teach this stuff to a younger variation of you and say, oh, I know how to control your mind. I can teach your mind how to go into that specific muscle right away. It's called mind-muscle connection.
So essentially, when I'm exercising, my focus is on the glutes. And even if this area starts to, let's let's say, stretch, my focus, I mean, at least at the moment, what's happening is my focus is being pulled here. And I keep telling myself, oh, it's being stretched, maybe slow down. You need to wait a little on the top so that you're not, end up like pulling something.
Yeah.
And the focus moves away from the glutes, which is where it was.
Yeah. The other thing is you have to come to terms with acceptance that you sit behind a desk to earn a paycheck, correct? That means your thigh muscles will always be more tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this exercise also helps with loosening those muscles, because with time, I'm hoping that this will go away.
Correct. And the stretching video that I've sent to you.
Okay. Yes.
That will help, right? Now, let's go to band and focus on your posture and upper back muscles. You're going to do it standing. Give me a side profile and give me 20 reps. Point the thumbs backwards to the back wall that you have over there, and the hands should be at eye level. And shrug the shoulders down for me. Go. You see how you keep your core stable? That's extremely important.
My core, okay. And how many reps?
We're going to do 5,000 reps. No, just joking. 20 reps. Go for it.
I started with 5. I was like, oh, just 5, that's easy.
Just 5,000. You have to continually practice holding those shoulders down.
Okay.
Yeah, they do tend to rise up. It's better than when I first met you. When I did your diagnostic, it's like you're like day and night right now. You even look different, but still, it's not where I want it to be.
The only thing is when I pull this, I take it all the way here, and then it starts to touch my neck.
Yeah.
Pull on it, so I keep raising my shoulder, I think, just to like...
No. Let it touch your neck. It's okay. It's not going to kill you, right? Yes. It's better. It's far better than what the average person does. 100%.
I feel like my shoulders are rising up again as I'm doing it, so I'm trying to be mindful.
Okay. Yeah, it's better. But, obviously I'm not going to expect perfection out of you, and nor should you. The first thing that needs to be done is you need to have your legs, if they're too far bent, it's going to be a problem, right? If it's too far long, you don't have the hamstring flexibility. It's going to feel awkward and it's bad for your back. So let's make sure that you bend your knees where right about here, yay?
Oh, okay. It feels okay.
Okay. You want to hold the band just far out enough where when you pull with your palms facing the ceiling, you engage the upper back muscles. I can tell you're engaging those muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is it's hard to teach someone to put their mind into the muscle. You are feeling it, you're just not connecting the mind. Now tell me where you feel it.
I'm feeling it in my upper arms for sure, on this side specifically. I definitely feel it here.
Yeah, and what you mean by arms, which normal people don't understand, they're feeling it in the upper body region also. So arms and upper body included. All right, let's start with 5 push-ups. You must try and push yourself lower. Better. That's probably like this sweet spot where you're going to get the most results because you're challenging yourself. And I'll tell you what, that's a sweet spot.
Okay.
The sweet spot is that your core is completely neutral. You're not arching your back.
Yeah.
And you almost made it down to like a parallel bend of your elbow to the wrist, you see? If you were just here, I would have given you another variation of push-up, the negative position where you start from floor downwards. But you're at a point where you're in the middle somewhere, where you're getting the benefit from this push-up. Is just going to take weeks for you to get an inch lower, inch lower, inch lower. And one day, your nose is going to touch the yoga mat. You're like, what's the next variation, coach? What's the next progression? Let's try another 5.
I will tell you though, I feel like my wrists are already, because when you asked me to go further and push myself back up, I was already questioning that in my mind. I was like, if I do that, I might not be able to push myself back up because my wrist is definitely going to give out. So I'm also like focusing on these muscles because I feel this muscle is being engaged while I'm doing the exercise, but then my attention's also definitely being pulled to my wrist a lot.
Yeah.
And so part of it is also that I'm constantly thinking about that.
Exactly. Let's try another variation of a push-up just for conversation's sake.
Okay.
Let's try where you go down to the floor and lift yourself up. The negative push-up.
Should I start from the floor or?
From the floor.
Okay. So how would I do this exactly?
You put your hands by your chest, close to your chest, on the mat.
Over here?
Yep. And then lift yourself up. And then you go back down to the floor and then you do that one. Lift yourself up, tighten your abs a little bit more and repeat 3 more reps.
I think we did a plank the first time I did it, but I was bending my lower back a lot and you immediately asked me to stop. So that was...
Let's revisit it. Now lift your core up higher, pull the belly in and put your mind into the belly to engage the core muscles. Do you feel the abs?
I'm feeling my thighs a lot.
Okay, that's normal, but do you not feel the abs at all? Like even a little bit?
Nope.
Okay, give it a moment.
Sorry.
Now do the same plank on your knees.
Yeah, I don't think that was engaged
Now
a lot.
do the plank on your elbows and your knees. Move your knees further apart, further back. Now belly in, and focus on the abs for the next 30 seconds. Move your elbows 2 inches forward, and focus on the abs for the next 20 seconds. And rest. Do you feel the abs more in that variation?
I did, yes.
You felt the abs. Where exactly?
In this region over here.
So that's your variation. For the next 4 weeks, your challenge is to bring it to 100% in your abs, or acceptable range is 10 to 15% in your lower back, 85% in your abs. That's your challenge for the next 4 weeks. This is extremely important. Anyone that tells you that your moods are supposed to be constantly motivated, constantly energized, constantly inspired is a liar. We as human beings will go through unmotivated phases, uninspired phases. We don't want to work out all the time. We want to have that tub of ice cream at times. We will have bad days and good days. The real truth, the real winner is someone that has rituals and routines that save their ass when they don't feel like working out. One of the rituals is you have accountability, like me. One of the ritual is mindset training. I'm giving you permission to have a bad day and have that treat, but I'm not giving you permission to dwell in that state.
Right.
I'm giving you permission to not feel motivated to work out every day, but I'm not giving you permission to not develop your routine, the power routine where you don't even feel like working out, but you get down on the floor and you give me 5 push-ups anyway. It's when you do those 5 push-ups, then the motivation and the energy will come in your body. The expression is emotion controls emotion.
Helpful to remember.
Emotion does not control motion, because if we rely just on emotion, we're going to be fat, regretful, unhappy, unfulfilled in life. It's motion that starts and stimulates emotion.
Helpful.
I don't feel like working out today. I've had 5 meetings already, but I will go start working out, and within 15 minutes, my emotions will change. The only difference between you and I is that I've been doing it for over 50 years in my life, where I've been controlling my emotions. I'm right now 88 years old. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so you understand, right? So motion controls emotion.
I have weights at home. I know right now I'm focusing on body weight exercises, but I'm wondering when, if at some point in the future, I would be able to engage with weights and exercise, or, come into the gym and exercise.
So the simple answer is you're already doing weight training. How much do you weigh?
About like 60, 65 kgs.
Okay. So you're already lifting 60 to 65 kilograms of body weight when you're doing the lunges. So that answers that. You're already doing weight training. Okay. Second, how do you qualify to go from body weight training to additional weight training? So let's use the word additional weight training. Dumbbells, machines, whatever. Dumbbells are the best, okay? When you're able to do 15, 20, 25 lunges consistently in stable form, activate and feel those glute muscles if that's the intended muscle you want to feel and tone and sculpt, without shaking and burning out, you've proven to yourself that you need additional weight training to challenge that exercise or that muscle more. An example of that would be, at that point, I would say, go grab a couple of 5-pounders and do the same lunge exercise right now. So another way to challenge you is, let's say you don't have 5-pounders. I will increase the reps from the lunges, 20 to 25, whatever reps you're doing, to 30 to 35 to even 40. The muscle will work out with the same intensity. So weight is just a tool for a coach to use. It depends on who's ready for it, who needs that extra additional resistance for it, and who doesn't have it. They can still increase the reps. So the muscle responds to intensity and resistance and stimulation. Muscle doesn't care whether you're holding a kettlebell or a weight or a machine. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you want to build a lot of mass, then you have no option but to tack on an extreme amount of weights, because your whole goal is to build that mass, that size, and you have to eat thousands of calories. For normal female to tone up, to lean out, to lose weight, additional weight training is something they don't qualify for in the beginning. And if you do qualify and you don't have weights, you can do it by adding more reps and making the exercise harder with your own body weight.
Okay. So to clarify, with the weights, the exercise does not change. The exercise stays the same, but adding the weights is just so that you're providing more resistance.
Correcto.
That's helpful to know.
And you have to come to a level where your body weight is no longer challenging.
All right.
Is your body weight still challenging?
Yes, I was on a call with my mom yesterday, and she complimented me after a really long time, telling me that my face looks a lot more, slimmer. I look slimmer, I look fitter, I look happier. And so she told, it was as a result of the program. I've been eating better. I've been, keeping myself accountable to sleeping on time, getting exercising at least 5 times a week. And so I feel like it might not happen all the time, but I'm definitely, at least if not this week, then next week. And so I keep building and improving on myself. So, I just wanted to let you know that we're definitely seeing the results. And thank you so much for, going on the journey with me.
Good. That's my job. I'm a purposeful coach. Question. Have you measured how many inches or kilograms you've lost? Which has happened first?
I think it would be kilograms, not inches. But I know last time we spoke, I mentioned I was wearing size 8 jeans and now I'm wearing size 6. So that's a change in inches, I would say. But no, I haven't been able to measure either the weight or the inches because this journey was always more about getting fitter. And so I think in terms of lunges, I could do like 5 and I would tire myself out before. But now I'm able to get to 20, not as easily as I would have, envisioned for myself, just because I always want like results super fast, but I'm definitely getting there. And so I'm happier about the fact that I'm able to do lunges, because that was something I never thought I would do. It would never be part of my exercise before, we started together. So
if you resonated and learned from that video, and if you are someone who's in your late 20s, 30s, or 40s, or even 50s, and a beginner to resistance training, strength training, and any type of personalized fitness and mindset coaching, go to my website, ownyourfitness.net, click on where it says the strategy form in the top right hand corner, fill out the strategy coaching application, and you and I will start having a conversation on what approach you need to take. Until next time, Coach Adam.